We have eight TAs, of which 5 are HLTA status, and we're very highly committed towards trying to provide opportunities for the TAs to undertake that status. I've got a big belief in the whole of the school being trained, taking part in professional development, and have done ever since I came to the school, because I value everybody in it in terms of what they can contribute towards the children's education. And when HLTA came along, I thought it was an ideal opportunity for our teaching assistants to have the opportunity to be recognised for the sterling work that they do on a day-to-day basis with the children. I'm very fortunate in that one of my teaching assistants has taken on board the responsibility of acting as a team leader for those teaching assistants, and has encouraged them to be actively involved in undertaking the status. So we're very committed in school. I feel certainly it's, in terms of her professional development, it's been fantastic. She's grown as a person, she's grown as a professional, and as a result of that she's contributing a huge amount to school, not only with the children but with other members of staff and the community that we serve. The other TAs have become a fantastic professional working force, and I'm not saying they weren't that beforehand, but what I think it's done is recognise the work that they do, and has given them that sort of esteem, if you like to say, that not only do they recognise it themselves in their own group, but we as teachers, and particularly myself as head teacher and governors, recognise, you know, the quality of work that they're doing.
The lady who actually is a high-level teaching assistant in school works across the entire population, working with children in ICT. She works alongside the ICT technician and the ICT coordinators, who are both teachers, but significantly she's the person who works with every pupil in the school. She works with every member of staff in the school. She's very, very highly skilled. She is very committed to not just children learning to operate equipment, standard ICT equipment, but looking to create adaptations to equipment for children, to facilitate early communication skills. She works creating switches and programs that will stimulate children sometimes who are very hard to reach, children who are functioning at the very, very early levels of communication and learning development. And she sees her work as a challenge, a stimulating challenge, and she really gets fabulous results from the children and actually from staff. She's very motivating for our staff.
She's involved in all aspects of the ICT curriculum at the school. She supports pupils in their daily work, and she supports staff across the school. She's basically involved in all aspects of planning and preparation. She gets involved in training. She's also developed her own skills by attending all sorts of courses, working with outside professionals if necessary, and is thoroughly committed to seeing the children make progress.
The issue about whole class teaching. At times, however, when I've had PPA time, which is planning, preparation, assessment time, how I had to take the whole class. At the start, obviously, she was quite nervous, but we worked closely together to plan, to be able to dig out resources. And the most pleasing thing was that how I was able to look at the plans, and if she wanted, and which I gave her the authority to do, she adjusted. She thought, oh, I've just found this. I found this internet web-based resource. And those signs, those little things allowed me to slowly remove myself from the classroom during PPA time. Knowing this person as a person who's within the school, not a supply teacher who's perhaps coming from outside, someone who's within the school, someone they trust, because children work for the people they trust. It's one thing, especially within primary context. Her expectations are the same as my expectations. Her way of working slowly developed the same way I worked. So the children feel a consistency it's going on. And I think, oh, and I would say that, oh, tomorrow I'm on PPA and it's Mrs. Mack, and you hear the cheers go up.
We work very closely in terms of planning together and in terms of assessing, she feeds back to me, I feed back to her, and we work together as a team really, and I feel that benefits both of us as well as the children.
Within the faculty we use Bianca in several ways, but because she is now a HLTA, we've been able to rely on her a lot more on her own in the classroom with the students. I think becoming a HLTA has given her the confidence, the self-esteem, and the kudos within the classroom to supervise and teach these classes on her own.
We're really pleased with our HLTA programme. When we have a whole range of HLTAs, our aim is that for each faculty area we want to have an HLTA. And the reason we want to do that is not just to reduce the burden of administration for teachers and to take that burden off heads of department in particular. We really want the HLTA to make a difference.
It's very important as well to realise that teaching assistants in schools have a wealth of knowledge and bring an extra dimension into the staff workforce, because usually they are people from the locality and know the community really well and know the families really well.
I think the HLTA role is part of a wider pattern, because gone are the days where you could have well-meaning amateurs. I think I worried as the head that it was the mum's army theme, because that's the last thing you'd want in terms of quality, although I'm a mum myself and don't mean to disrespect mothers. It's hugely different from that. What the HLTA role has done is take the teaching assistant from being the well-meaning paint mixer to being a lead learner. So our personnel model now is titled "We are a team of lead learners." The children's entitlement is we are lead learners with the role models, and that's where the HLTA role has been it's really fitted in brilliantly for us. In a way, the HLTA model for us has been catch-up. We've had these excellent people that have been frustrated, and the HLTA role has enabled us to empower them to do what they were already capable of doing.